Good evening. This is the Elliott Wave update for the S&P 500 for Sunday, April 24th, 2022. I'm going to start here on the daily, as I have been lately, and we'll start updating from here on down. Friday was another very good day, but it did actually end up being, as one side that I had suggested, that we got a very shallow bounce, but we did get a little bit of a bounce, and then basically just headed south for the balance of 6 hours. So the larger picture still continues to confirm and suggest that we are dropping in a intermediate third wave down, and within it, we're in minor wave 3. So minor wave 2 confirmed, done. That was done on Friday. And we continue to break through support, and all of the moving averages are now lined up, even on the daily, to continue to move lower. And I will just double check that by going like that. Yeah, well, the 50 and the 200 are basically just on top of each other right there. So we'll see what happens. But my expectation would be that 50 moves very quickly, and that's going to come if we get any serious downside. And so we still have yet the Asian markets and the European markets. So what we're trading right now is just US traders and the larger firms, and they're just kind of coming in, playing right, or they haven't even gotten up to that resistance at 42.75, so that remains in place. I digress. Going back out here on this daily to say nothing has changed. So I am going to go right down to the hourly so we can get into more of what happened on Friday. And it's very important because if you remember on last Thursday, one side of the update was what could Elliott Wave possibly telling us for next week? What could happen next week? And I had said that Elliott Wave may be telling us that the next week will be a hard, stronger down week, or at least a down start to the week. But even so, that if we're counting this out, minor wave 2 finishes there. So we're in a minor third wave of an intermediate third wave. So what is this minor third wave going to consist of? 5 waves of minute degree. Again, remember, building blocks, smallest build to the largest, and we go in reverse when we're counting, when we're in a move in progress. So here we are, minor. Now we're dropping down to the minute. And as I said, that we're in that intermediate third wave down, and it is going to subdivide several times. Here's the first one. First is breaking down into minor. And so now we're getting the first subdivision within that third. The third, minor 3, is subdividing. So minute 1, minute 2, all right, didn't take it out. And now we are dropping in minute 3 of minor 3 of intermediate 3. So this is the point of recognition. I don't think it's over. So I think we continue. The market, though, is starting out in an oversold position. Does not mean it can't go down again. But part of our expectations would be we have to allow. Now, what I'm showing you is we allow for it. I'm not using the word expect because expectations are a little bit harder to manage. We're allowing for it, which is say it could happen, doesn't have to. If it does, I'll let it go up to 42.87 before I'll take a look to see if I should short it. I'll let it go up to 43.24.25 and then see if I should be shorting it. But in other words, it's like you're not expecting the bounce, so you're not getting long. I'm waiting to see what the market wants to tell me. And so I am looking to say the market could, definitely market could bounce. And some of the technical picture does suggest that that's what it'll do. Every time it tries it thus far, they're bringing it back down to that opening level. Goes below, comes back, goes above, comes back, goes above, comes back, et cetera, et cetera. So it's still sitting right there until we get a larger market. So in other words, until Asia opens and then we get Europe open, et cetera. So what can we expect from here? Well, again, next week, Titan tech reports, earning reports, plus probably a lot of plethora of other little S&P companies that are putting out their earnings. So we're still in the midst of that. The Elliott is telling us may not be what everyone's looking for, or they're all going to turn into what Tesla's earnings weren't bad. Tesla tooted that this is the best we've ever done, blah, 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 blah. And suddenly it became like, who cares? The market, the bigger market, the larger market, the interest rates floating on down the pecking order there are telling us, we're going up. Yields are going up, bond prices are going down. It's going to have an adverse effect on, oh, gee, our earnings for the last quarter were great. Really? You want to tell me about this quarter? How's it going to be? Can you? No. Well, guess what? Thank you very much for the earnings, but we're going to sell it. And that's kind of what we're seeing. They're selling it anyway. They have to. And again, we start on Monday. Our concluding point is Friday. It's another expiration. It's a weekly expiration. So here we are yet again. So allowing for a bounce versus expecting a bounce keeps us in a mindset to trade. We can trade the upside. We can trade the downside. We're just ready. Here's where we go. Probabilities are leaning strongly towards the downside. If the buyers show up, they need to break back above 43.75 to put a positive spin, number one, on the day, number two, on the week, and to put a halt to that little drop. I don't think that's going to be the case. So allow the bounce. I'm looking for a move continuing lower. Our next support is 41.91, 41.92. Next after that, 41.30. Next after that, 4,070. Then we're down to 39.20. Now, a lot of people are calling support at 4,100, and that's just going back out to that daily and letting you see that, which is really the 41.01. So that's your 4,100 right there. That's where they think it holds. And if it does, we'll head higher. So it might, because it might be a spot where a lot of algos are going to come in and say, we're buying, hit it, boom, go. Again, allow, see what happens. So, but my suspicion, or the Elliott tells us, it will be broken. It will be broken. We just cannot put our finger on it and say right there. So 39.20, ultimately the minor third, 34.80. That's still the number for the minor. Actually, that would be for the intermediate third. The minor third maybe gets down to 39.20, maybe does hit 4,100, does a little flip in a wave 4, comes down in a wave 5 and gets itself. We're looking for the third. Yeah, 4,100 dips below, comes back up, and then just comes back down. We have minor 1, 2, minor 3, I think at least here, if not down further. So 4,100, I think it's broken, even in the minor third. Then we get a minor 4, and then we get a minor 5. Minor 5 is where I'm looking for 34.80 or lower even. So there's still a lot of negativity, and there's still a lot of potential. You've heard the word crash spoken. And can I say it won't happen? Nope, can't. But I'm not going to say it in a bullish fashion or a bearish fashion. No. Let the market do that. I just want to be ready to trade it, and I want to be able to trade it no matter what it does. If I keep an open mind and a good mindset, I can trade no matter what direction the market goes. Without bias, without needing to know why, when you don't have to care, when everything we can just do what it needs to do, We're just walking in and doing what we like to do, which is take advantage of the price action. Make our money, say thank you, and go. That's the name of the game. Getting involved with everything else is just getting in the way of you reaching your goal. All right, tomorrow. Ultimately, I am looking for continuation of the minor third wave. If anything, I think we still got a little bit more to finish the minute third within the minor third. Then we get a little bit of a bounce. Then we drop again in a minute fifth, and that's just to finish the minor third. So yeah, there's still downside to come before we finish the minor third. The question becomes, will 4,100 hold? I don't think so. Then the question becomes, how are we going to react to earnings? The same way you're reacting to the downside. Let the market determine, oh, should it be a buyer, should it be a seller? Who cares? You're going to react to what they're doing. You're going to be, if they're buying it, you'll buy with. But you're going to have parameters to put around it. You're going to have an idea with using your moving averages. So you don't have to care. Am I going to be prepared ahead of time? Let it happen. I don't have to take a bullish or bearish position. I'm going to let somebody else do it. We'll react from it. All right. Next update, Tuesday, the 25th.